Welcome to another episode of Fridge Brick Time. And we just want to make a clarification. These episodes are better enjoyed with an ice cold fridge brick, so we'll give you time to go grab an ice cold fridge brick. Okay, we're starting. All right. Today we got Brad from Rooted, Wisconsin with us. If you want, you can check Brad out at Rooted, Wisconsin. Tag at Rooted, Wisconsin. So, how you doing today, Brad?
I thought we had
Bradley Cooper in here.
Something like that. I'm doing good, boys. Thanks for having me on.
Yep, thanks for coming.
Yeah, doing good today. The drive was solid. Your guys' studio space is awesome. The pizza you provided was good. I snagged a slice. It was good, man.
And if you're still hungry, we got cheese and sausage on the table for you. Mm-hmm. I mean, what better way to, have it for us Wisconsin boys, right?
That's right. That's right.
So we know you like Wisconsin quite a bit, hence the name of your channel.
Yeah.
Or your podcast.
Yeah.
So Troy is big Wisconsinite too. He runs Beardsconsin, if people didn't know that. That's why these beards look fresh.
There you go.
Because of Troy. As always, brought to you by Beardsconsin.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's take a little dive into some Wisconsin material for you.
Okay.
You ready for a little game?
Let's do it up.
So today, we have a game to test how much you know about Wisconsin. It's no ordinary trivia game. It's a simple rule. What's more Wisconsin?
All right.
So
are there right and wrong answers?
There are not.
Okay.
So I saw your brain already kind of thinking seriously for a second right there. Either way, I'm drinking. So, and as always, you two feel free to chime in since we're all Wisconsinites here.
Will do.
So here we go. The first one for you, Brad. We're going to start with the easy one. What is more Wisconsin? A bag full of cheese curds or a bucket full of beer brats?
Bag full of cheese curds. Bucket full of beer brats. Cheese curds. Cheese curds. I feel like that is the right answer.
I feel like if we had to pick a right answer, that does sound right.
Yeah.
But I never hear other states in the U.S. talk about brats like we do. So I just got to play devil's advocate a little bit here. I mean, it's not like you can just come grab a bucket of beer brats and, come to the state, grab that and leave. I mean, you can grab cheese curds. So I think maybe it is a little more, but by default, maybe it is a little more Wisconsin, just having your bucket full of beer brats.
What I want to know, though, is where's the bucket come in? Like, you can buy a bag full of cheese curds. Why would there be a bunch of brats in said bucket?
I say just do it. Go get a Fleet Farm 5-gallon bucket. Yeah, it's a Fleet Farm bucket for sure.
Yeah.
Non-food safe.
Is it the ones with the brats already cooked and they're kind of just bathing in the bucket waiting to be eaten?
Like Nesco rolls.
With like the onions and stuff?
Yeah. Or we could change it a bucket or a Nesco. Like, that, when you have like graduation parties or whatever, and they all have like the different Nescos full of things, but when there's one full of those brats that have been sitting in that mixture with the onions and that stuff. Marinade. It's like that perfect frothiness. That's why I'm going. It's the experience to it. You got to think about the experience that you're getting with beer brats.
Yeah, well, the really unique brat texture there when you're in that scenario. At the end of the day, the brat disintegrates sometimes when you grab them. I feel like the Germans don't get that. They don't enjoy their brats. They don't indulge in the brat
Who knows
melt.
what they're even doing?
Doesn't have that same snap to it, You bite into it and burn your face with the grease, that's inside of it, yeah.
I'm still waiting for my invite for an eating contest of brats out of a Nesco like that. If someone put that in front of me and it's unknown how many brats are actually in there, I'll keep eating until they're gone. Well, especially at 2 a.m. If that thing is still full, I'm eating all of them.
Yeah. And, I guess thinking about that, that's probably... maybe my answer isn't so absolute because if you think about pure, which one do I eat more of? Far more brats in a year than cheese curds. So
sure.
That's what I used to just eat brats in the summer.
Okay.
And I just last year bought one of those Johnsonville Sizzlers. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
They're the George Foreman for your brats.
Right solely made for brats. That's the best part about it, dude.
So I got that, and I think I've eaten more brats this year than I have in my lifetime. Because now I'm making them for everything, whether I'm just eating them on a bun with some mustard or I'm cutting them up, putting them on pastas and things like that. You get a little more creative with it.
Yep. Yeah.
Can you eat them with cheese curds?
You can. Yeah. There's your answer. Both. Option C.
Both. We'll go with both for this one. But overall, I would have to say Brad's original answer is probably the right answer. Cheese curds are such a staple for Wisconsin. Nah, dang, I guess I'm drinking. Yeah. We'll enjoy that.
He asked me what I was going to pick beforehand.
Yeah. Oh yeah, his producer has screened all these questions for us. We're gonna need you to take your earpiece out, so we can move on to the next one. We'll get you thinking a little bit more.
Okay.
The next one: what is more Wisconsin, golfing with a 30-pack, or day drinking while playing bags, or cornhole, as some say?
Yeah, man, there's got to be some qualifiers there. We need to dive into that a little bit further. What kind of 30-pack?
Bags.
Bags.
That was good, yeah. Bags.
Bags.
I think
bags.
bags. I didn't mean to cut you off the bread, but I think it's bags. Yeah.
Bags.
Yeah.
Especially if it's bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bags.
Probably. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Even though, several Midwest states seem to claim bags, but I don't know.
I think we lead that like you always have a cold one in your hand. Nice fridge brick.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, rolling back to the first part of that, was what, a 30-pack while you're golfing?
See, now my big question is, do other states carry on like 30-packs for us? So when you're out golfing and stuff, someone's going to be like, who's going to pick up the case of beer? So we automatically think a 30-pack, correct? And that you're getting fucked up on the golf course. Like, it's like a given. Like, you're like, oh, such and such are going golfing today. Yeah, they're going to be done by 2. Yeah. And by done, I mean in the sack.
Yeah, hole 4.
So do other states view golf that way? Like, a good excuse to go out and get hammered? It just feels like it's always a given with Wisconsin in a way.
I don't think so, man. So that's a conversation I have on the podcast sometimes. Wisconsin drinking culture is way different than the vast majority of the rest of the world.
Yep. I mean, they just take anything. Like, how can we take this everyday thing but add drinking?
Yeah.
Well, that's what Lewis Black, that comedian, remember him back in the day? He always had that comment. Yeah, he would do like Summerfest 2 nights in a row. I think he loved it so much. But he had that joke that, that New Year's everyone's getting hammered, but the only difference in Wisconsin is they just have hats on from when they normally drink. And that we're not alcoholics, we're professionals.
Yeah.
I would have to say my correct answer for this is the bags.
I think so.
Bags.
I'm there.
Because everyone can golf, but I feel like, bust out the bags boards that in the summer. Like that, you look forward to that during the winter. I guess you look forward to golf too.
At
a
graduation party.
Yeah.
Bags at a graduation. Any like communal thing that happens. Yeah, there's a bags board there. And
true. You see it at weddings these days. Oh yeah, like the custom wedding, the bags boards for weddings and all that, the last name on there and everything.
Yeah.
I think some people just go golfing. They go to golf to drink, and some of them don't even worry about it. It's kind of like a break, whatever. But I think a lot of people take bags seriously. Like when they're out there, they're drinking to keep up with the competitiveness of what they're doing. So, yeah. So
they don't start a scene.
Yeah.
Competitive scene. Make sure you're drinking your beer, calm them down a little bit. And a bunch of dads just out there, that's their time of year to prove dominance over the other neighborhood dads or their own kids. Yeah, they don't want to lose. Yeah, they don't want to lose that bunch of kids, getting hammered on Mountain Dew, and
they get the worst. Yeah, the kids.
Or RC Cola.
Royal Crown.
That was the shit back in the day. You always saw that out of the blue cooler, like the pumps coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's how you knew you were at the right party. The Nesco's full of everything, and the RC Cola on tap. And I think they always had like mug root beer too, or whatever. In the cooler. Barks.
Barks.
Oh, Barks. Yeah, Barks was definitely it. Yeah.
Silver can.
Yeah.
Does everyone agree? Bags on that one?
Yeah.
Bags.
Unanimous decision. Bags. Bags. All right, we'll move on to the next one. What is more Wisconsin? Hunting with a hangover or fishing with a hangover?
Hunting for sure. Yeah, like that's the thing. That's the thing that happens. Friday night, everybody goes to their cabin, does it, and then opening morning, 90% of the people, that's the only day they hunt, and they're hungover.
I mean, to clarify, you're talking about like gun deer season, right?
Yeah.
I guess the question is it based on gun deer season? Because someone broke that down to me. They're like, hey, the difference between gun hunting and bow hunting is gun hunting's a social one. You drink, you're hungover or whatever. Bow hunting, it's the whatever you want, isolated, solitaire. Like
very true. Yeah.
Yeah, they hit deep. I was like, I mean, I've never been a bow hunter. I always wanted to get into it, but I guess I'm probably not quiet enough or can sit still, long enough to do that.
I am a bow hunter. That isn't what came into my mind though. I was thinking gun season.
I feel like once you bring
season.
up drinking, hangovers, whatever, with hunting, like he said, you automatically think gun hunting.
Yeah.
What happens at deer camp stays at deer camp.
Yeah. That's my immediate thought.
But I feel like fishing isn't necessarily more Wisconsin with the hangover, but I feel like that one helps heal the hangover better. Nice day on the lake, as long as you're not getting cooked by
And
the
the
sun
wavy
too much.
boat and the hot sun.
If you find a calm lake, it's more peaceful.
Now that you bring that up,
no, it's like go out on Lake Michigan. You're in. But I mean, if you bring ice fishing into it, I mean, I'd rather be hungover ice fishing because then you just keep the buzz going. Just crack another one. I mean, you can't ice fish without drinking.
Yeah, I think hunting is more of the in the spotlight. That gets a little more recognition. But like you said, ice fishing or summer or regular fishing would be the unsung hero, like the sustained unsung hero.
Oh yeah,
That-
definitely.
Yeah,
But I think
because I don't. I mean, I don't fish, but I've went out with buddies that do fish, and they're like, "Yeah, come on fishing. We're just gonna drink anyway. We're just gonna drink anyway." So you just go out.
You're
there
not going golfing again, are you? No, I'm fishing today. See, there it is. You just take any event. People used to have to hunt and fish for survival. Now it's just a record day drinking thing for.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good point about ice fishing though. Another piece that didn't pop in immediately. Thought provoking, man.
Yeah, the spider web is going.
Yeah.
People are rethinking.
There's layers
everything
of that
they do.
onion, baby.
We're probably busting.
That's
We're
right.
busting a lot of guys right now that their wives, if they're listening, they're like, "Oh my god, my husband fishes all the time. He's just going out there getting drunk. He's an alcoholic." No, he's a professional. They're splitting the 30 pack. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right. So is everyone on board hunting for that one? With the hangover. I think so. Just it's more of a staple like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do either, but I would just say fishing for the sustainability. Like I say, the hunting gets more of the glorification because it's a more confined time that it happens. It happens once a year. I mean, you can go fishing any day. So I think that's where it kind of grabs the attention, and everybody looks forward to it. Like you were saying, they get up there on a Friday or whatever, and everybody gets blitzed, and then they go out for opening day, and then
How many of them are getting blitzed on the way out there?
yeah, a lot of roadies.
Yeah, once you
in
get north of
vehicles,
Highway
so,
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, everyone, just clarification.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, exactly. Don't drink and drive.
No.
Hey, this is where we cut to a commercial, and we're. All right, we'll just go on to the next one. All right. What is more Wisconsin? Harvesting maple syrup or milking a cow by hand?
Man, so there's some bias in me that wants to say maple syrup because I make maple syrup, but I think you got to go milking a cow by hand.
Wait, I thought you said you were from Wisconsin, not Canada. Fucking A, man.
Yeah, I think I got to go the milking a cow by hand. Oh, what's the okay, 4 dudes in this room. How many have milked a cow by hand?
I've tried it
Pulled on a teat.
twice in my life.
Yeah, once I think in grade school when you had a field
Yeah,
trip to
that was one of them.
Whatever, yeah.
4 for 4. I mean,
Yeah.
proof
But
is in the pudding, dude.
you said cow, right? A bull. But yeah, I think you did. I think you did it at the
Troy
at the zoo or something. I think we grew up. You get to milk. You get to go there and milk. Yeah, any sort of mammal. Even platypuses. So all right, this is off topic. I don't know why I thought of it, but when you said at the zoo, I remember I went to the zoo at a very young age, and how you can go in with the goats and all that, and feed them.
Oh, like a petting zoo.
Yeah, or I think Milwaukee Zoo has it, Madison has it.
Yep.
Yeah, you get to put the quarter in the machine and get all the pellets. Feed the goats. But I remember there was this goat up on the fence, and all these kids were petting it. I just remember looking over. That thing was this long, just hanging down from the goat.
Alpha goat.
Fuck yeah! It's
Showing everybody.
I've never seen a goat hung like that in my life again, and that has stuck with me forever. And it's you're kind of scared to go into the goat exhibit then a few years after that. But yeah, I don't know why I thought it when he said milking
at the zoo.
It's kind of weird, dude.
It's like, yeah, don't milk that goat.
That's where, maybe it was at one of those things where you go, like, maybe it was a field trip to like a farm or something. But maybe it was milking a goat. I don't remember, but I remember it kept kicking the bucket. That's all I remember.
We did milk goats the one time. Not that goat. The different goats. Like,
We tried and we tried and we tried and we tried.
It's like that scene out of Kingpin. It's like, I milked the cow. We don't have a cow. We have a bull.
oh, yeah. You say I do remember the bucket tipping over.
I think it kept kicking it over. Yeah, I don't remember. It's like one of those that probably unlocked a memory somewhere. And
now with the maple syrup, you say you do that.
Yeah, for sure.
So is that like time consuming? Like, do you do a ton of trees or how?
Well, it's kind of like you're milking the tree in a way.
A little bit, yeah. It feeds you the milk. You just got to drill the hole. Yeah, super time consuming. We started we're not a huge producer. We'll make like 30 gallons in a year, and we tap like 200 to 250 trees. So there's some people that think, depending on your process, some people are like, "Damn, that's a ton."
That seems like a lot. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then some people are like, with the big producers, are like, "Oh, that's it." But yeah, like bigger than average, I would say, but not. We sell out every year, and I don't really give it to stores or wholesale or anything.
Right. So
Or
what's the rule of
Canadians.
thumb? Isn't
You
it like
smuggle it over to Canada?
But what's the rule of thumb? Like, isn't like a gallon of sap from the tree only makes so much?
Yeah, the general rule is 40 gallons of sap to 1 gallon of finished syrup.
Yeah, that's what it is. I just remember when I
Jeez.
heard that a few years ago. It's like, holy shit.
Well, what's the milk to milk ratio? Like the milk coming out of a cow.
It's a cow or bull.
I mean, that's it.
Depends. But yeah, it's a lot of sitting there and watching liquid boil.
Yep.
Is what it boils down to.
Well,
Was
now
that,
that I
was
got
that just a pun?
Yeah.
What do you do with the
that went
leftover
right
sap?
by me.
Drink to that.
What do you do with the leftovers, like with the sap or whatever that you don't use? Is that is there like a skimming process, or there's like whatever? Because you said like 40.
Oh yeah,
said,
no,
like-
you boil it off.
Yeah, and it just
You boil
evaporates
so that
and whatever.
the water goes into
Okay.
the air, and then what's left turns into maple syrup at like a specific density.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's not like drug dealers where they like chop it up and
Gotta cut
mix
it.
with
You gotta cut it. Yeah.
Dump some like Aunt Jemima's in there or whatever.
corn syrup. Aren't all the other ones just like corn syrup or
Yeah,
something like that?
Basically.
Yeah, I'd never call that stuff maple syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that's just like refined sugar. But a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of fun though.
You get a 30 pack and do that, yeah.
there it is. We just turned
Or milk cacao with the 30 pack.
Yeah.
So
That's one job that people don't drink a lot of farmers. And that's probably because they have to be up and work
yeah, they
that's
just can't
crack
go
of dawn
fishing
and-
with a hangover. On to the next one. What is more Wisconsin in your eyes? Peeing in a lake or pooping in an outhouse?
Pooping in an outhouse probably. That's like I think probably a lot of people's core memories of like going to either their camp up north or someone else's up north camp is taking a dump.
That's
in
what
the
I was just
outhouse.
going to say is you kind of associate up north with pooping in an
yeah.
outhouse.
For
And
sure.
whenever you poop in an outhouse, for some odd reason, you always remember how the temperature was that day. It was like really hot or really cold. Like you always do it. You always associate it with
It's never the right temperature, is it? Yeah, right.
Maybe they do it. Hey, there's $1 million. There's probably people that have like theirs that have like a thermostat and they can set the temperature. But
Outhouse / sauna.
yeah,
Well, I do know someone that went outside to take a shit and they had a heater in there and he started it. It blew up.
Oh,
And
Because of the methane? Like the gas in there?
Yeah, like it built up. I don't know if there was like a leak or whatever.
wait,
yeah,
you're talking like the methane?
That's a
from
real
the,
story?
From the poop or the
Yeah,
methane?
he blew
from-
up. Like he's alive and all that. He just got burned, but yeah.
It's like it turned into a rocket ship.
No, like it happened as he went in, not like sitting on the toilet. But like when he went in, he started it all and it blew him like out. So he was able to run out and there was snow and he put his head in the snow and all that. And he had to get airlifted out of there then to go to the
kidding.
hospital.
Well, the big question I have though,
Did he go
did
shit?
he? Yeah, did he shit? It probably scared the shit out of him.
In the helicopter.
yeah, it was a nice little streak running right where he got blown to. This splatter house.
Just
yeah.
imagine that they're in the helicopter and like, they have you all bandaged up and whatever. Then one of them just hand him toilet paper. Like, you're going to need this.
Damn, that's some
forgot
deep,
the wipe.
that's some deep shit, dude.
Yeah, when I heard that story, it's like, oh man. But I thought what you thought, like, well, did he go?
It's like, he didn't finish the story. Like, yeah, I told all of it. Yeah, but did you poop?
Yeah. Where's the poop?
Wow.
You're going out to do your business. You know, an everyday thing. Yeah.
And it's not like you just go out and sit on the toilet till you have to poop. I mean, you're going out there because you have to poop.
The urge was there.
That's how I am, like with outhouses and porta potties and all that. I won't go shit in one until it's absolute last second that you have to take a shit.
Oh, yeah.
All the wives are going to be like, I need to get one of those at the house now. So their husbands aren't sitting in the bathroom for 20 minutes. Be like, I'm pooping. Or they're on their Instagram or Facebook scrolling or whatever. Yeah.
But no, I'm going outhouse. Anyone can pee in a lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm the same.
I mean, they have those outhouse calendars and stuff in Wisconsin.
And the old Playboys that are somewhere tucked in there.
All right, on to the next. Or the pictures of girls with the tits the size of watermelons. All right, we'll go on to the next. I can milk those.
All right, now for real, on to the next. All right. What do you view as more Wisconsin? Going to a barn-style wedding, you know, like those farm weddings that are popular now, or tailgating?
Tailgating.
I think
We're the professionals at that.
Yep.
We make that happen.
the kings of tailgating.
I mean, you guys know that.
Oh, for sure.
Do it
You
better
go to-
than most.
Yeah.
especially at a Brewers game or, hit up Lambeau and
Yeah.
even Little League games. I'm pretty sure people tailgate nowadays.
Oh yeah,
They should tailgate weddings. They probably do.
some people do.
done.
I've heard of some, not directly, but heard of people that do.
We kind of did.
I mean,
That one wedding that they didn't allow beer and stuff there. We were on that,
everyone was around there. They had the best man's pickup. They're just drinking out of the bag. It was supposed to be a dry wedding. but- yeah.
He brought a 30-pack and it made it way better.
He was literally the best man.
a dry wedding
In Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin?
yeah.
We're not going to give any names who it was, but
Phew, that's super interesting. So you guys don't even know, but I don't even drink alcohol, but I could never have people come to my wedding not tell them you can't drink.
that's Wisconsin right there. Like you might not, you might drink, but you watch out for all your guests. That's like being good Wisconsin.
Classic. Yeah. Well, and I mean, I'd be quite the hypocrite. I spent a lot of my years of my life drinking alcohol, so I can't tell nobody not to. But where was it? Was it on the invite? Did it say, better not drink?
It was a big heads up, and we were all thinking like, let's just get in and get out,
Yeah.
type thing.
You would have to think how was the dance floor?
I don't think
I
we
even
stayed.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a different way of eloping because ain't nobody coming to that wedding, man.
Not here.
We finished the 30-pack and we were
I
gone.
bet you were, yeah. I bet you
Never
were.
even went in the venue. It was in the truck. We waved to him.
Took the dancing outside, yeah.
We got other plans. We got another wedding to go to. Everyone's like has the same excuse. And we all met at another bar down the street.
Oh man, yeah. There was a wedding next door. They let people drink. They said, "Come on over."
What do
Classic
you know?
Wisconsin.
150 people crashed a wedding, and
So tailgating though is
Tailgating
for sure. Yeah, I think.
I mean, they have weddings at Lambeau. You have to think people tailgate there. I would think.
I didn't even think about that.
Dude, my brain is just gaining all these new cells and
Yeah.
stuff listening to.
More Wisconsin.
Yeah.
All right. And another one for you. What is more Wisconsin? Singing karaoke to Shad Rap or dancing to the Pac-Arena? Do you remember the Pac-Arena?
Yeah, I do.
It's in my head. I think it stayed in my head since Super Bowl 31.
Yeah. Boy, that's your hardest one yet. I'm real partial to Shad Rap. I love Shad Rap, so I got to go them.
That's actually, I think that's how we found you, was you did your interview with
with
Shad
Andy?
Rap.
Yeah. Or Byron
Yeah.
Sweeney.
Yep.
Yeah. He's a good dude. But yeah, I got to go Shad Rap just because I'm partial to them.
I feel like every time I'm getting my ice fishing stuff ready, like setting the holes, they always pop into my head, the ice, baby. Like, it's just like, oh man, those guys, they nailed it.
Yeah.
All these years later, it's still ice fishing. That's what I'm thinking when I'm setting the hooks.
So many of them, man. So many of them. I don't think I've ever caught a northern and didn't just think in my head or at least giggle like, "Catch a pike."
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. Every single time. I got a real good buck with the gun this year. They're one of the first thoughts I have afterwards. Like, it weighed 202. Oh no, that's the sturgeon. The 10-pointer. Whatever. It popped into my head nearly immediately afterwards.
Those guys are legends.
Dude. Yeah.
Just imagine what they would have done with social media if it was out when they were taking off. Because they were like played on the radio. They had their CDs that you could buy like in Gander Mountain, Fleet
That's where we
Farm,
got
and all
ours.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they took Wisconsin over before any social media existed.
The story was awesome. In talking to Andy, way like hearing how it came to life and stuff, like it brings to light exactly what you were just saying. Like that would have been at the time. I mean, the people probably didn't really call stuff like viral at that time, but that would have taken Wisconsin social media by storm when they came out.
I mean, they took Gander Mountain by storm.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was in gas stations. Like, who puts CDs in gas stations? Who
Right.
can make that happen? The boys from Shad Rat.
Well, just imagine that you're going to Gander Mountain, you buy your gun, your duck hunting stuff, whatever you're buying, and on the way out, oh yeah, I gotta grab the Shad Rap CD. Like,
I wonder if they
do
had
that.
package deals. I mean, I was too young at the time to like look at guns or whatever, but they probably had package deals. Like, yeah, you buy those two like
Buy around a 9mm. Round of ammo, get a free CD. Yeah.
The double barrel album.
Yeah.
With the B side.
Well, you're a marketer now. Let's get out on the street and let's get some deals like with gun shops, fishing shops, whatever. You buy it, you get like a Shad Rap hat or let's bring CDs back to
signed CD.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Straight out of Wisconsin. They have their new song out. Shout out Shad Rat, man.
Yeah.
They're-
Oh, cheers to those guys.
Yeah,
cheers,
cheers.
to Shad
Cheers
Rap
for sure.
legends.
Absolutely. Talk about a legend group of people, though. In that episode, I got to remember, I don't want to misquote it. I think it was Andy's wedding. Usher at his wedding, Brian Gutenkoost.
Oh, that is right.
He
I
was
did-
telling, yeah, he was telling
Wait.
me anyway.
I think I learned that from
It was
your
in
podcast.
the episode. Yeah. That blew my mind. Nice sausage toss.
I'm good at that.
Seen on Fridge
my
Break Time,
skills.
the podcast.
So all right, now that we
I'll wait till food's out of my mouth. That's good sausage. But yeah, Shad Rap. Shad Rap for the win.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say the Pack Arena just because, I don't know, I feel like somebody has to vote for that.
it just doesn't get hype
Yeah.
anymore. Thanks for hyping that up, Troy.
All right, woohoo!
I mean, it wasn't close, and the Pack Arena stuck in my head. I'm from Super Bowl 31 as a kid, but Shad Rap just has
Remember the
special place in my
Robert
heart.
Brooks song, Jump in the Stands?
Oh, yeah.
Remember
Get a
that
visit
song?
from a
Yeah, it's
pack
rap
of
album.
I remember he had
Yeah.
the rap album.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Had that one, too.
Yeah.
All right, now that we got those hard questions out of the way, digging into Wisconsin a little bit, how about we dig into rooted Wisconsin a little bit, Brad?
Dig into those roots.
Yeah, man.
So, do you want to start out by telling us about yourself first before we go a little bit more into rooted Wisconsin?
Yeah, I can, man. So, I worked in traditional broadcasting and radio for quite a while, and like 10 years, actually real close to your studio here for a little bit. And then, got out of that, went in a different career direction, but then kind of got bit by the content bug in a little bit different way. And my favorite part of my job was always like building genuine connections with people and kind of hearing their stories and being curious about what they do. And like, there's so much shit I don't know that I just like learning a bunch of different things. So I took my favorite part of that job and just made a podcast out of it where I just have one-to-one interviews with people from Wisconsin. I call it sharing the stories of the people who drive Wisconsin business, community, and culture.
Dude, that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and you can think you can fit just about anything into that umbrella, but it's just to give the listeners an idea of what they're there for, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's kind of the backstory of it in a short fashion. You know, I had a lot of cool guests on. I'm excited where it's going, and it's just super fun, man. It's super fun getting to meet cool people, like similar to what you guys are doing. Like, it's fun to come here today, and like I saw a thing that I totally copped for a Threads post the other day or next post, but somebody said like, what's a cooler job than being a podcaster? Like, how often do you get like, my episodes are, it seems like about the same length as yours, like 60 to 80 minutes. How often do you get that amount of undivided attention from someone where you can like get to know them and learn about what they do and like and what makes them tick? So
No,
Well,
when
these
you-
days, just getting someone to sit still for that long.
yeah, dude. Yeah. And like, obviously no phones in there or anything like taking attention stealers. You get that very infrequently in life. And kind of, that's what keeps me going. And that's what makes human connection for me. So I love long form conversation.
Now, when you're done interviewing some of these people, do you feel like when you're all done and you're leaving, do you feel like you gain their traits in a way, like you're kind of slowly becoming them? Like,
like, that's a character, right? Isn't there a character that sucks in the...
I was thinking it was that show Supernatural. No, what's Heroes where that one guy sucks the superhero out of that? I just watched like a handful of episodes. I was gonna actually ask you like, hey, that reminds me, what's his name? And I don't even remember. It was a long time ago that I watched that.
I can't remember
Like
either.
Cyphus or
he was like the villain, right?
Yeah.
I don't, even if his name is Cyphus even a name? No.
Let's call him
His
Cyphus,
name
even
is
if it's not,
Cyphus.
dude.
You're like the good Cyphus. Like but you leave their superpower. Like you share it. Like you don't take it.
We don't know what he's thinking driving home. Like, oh yeah, I'm Cyphus.
Good thing I got my
They almost
Cyphus.
had me.
These sunglasses. Hey, these aren't just ordinary sunglasses. These are Cyphus blockers.
Oh, that's a great question, man. I like to think, and I do every time, like my goal is to go in to take something out of it for sure. Like what can you can learn something from everybody, and it's just a matter of getting there and having somebody be comfortable enough to say it. That's half the battle, right? We live in kind of a come and get you society where people aren't always open. But if you can get people to open up, yeah, I think so, man. I'd put it like that. Every conversation I take something out of that I can grow.
That's what I like at an older age that I get to. I just feel like now you naturally take in traits from other people.
Yeah.
Like it goes in easier.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's that inverse correlation that I think is super true. Like the older you get, the less you know. And I think it's kind of
Another.
yeah.
Well, I know who I'm calling though, and if I'm ever on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I'm calling Cyphus.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But I think that's super true. You know, like I just talked about it the other day with a buddy of mine about how I speak in way less absolutes than I used to. Like I'm never sure very, very much of anything that I say right now. And I think that similar course, like I always enter a conversation super open-minded, willing to change or move or think differently.
Unless it's politics, but we won't go there.
Yeah. You told me that was you told me that was against the rules, dude.
But I'm just joking. Like, people say like in politics, like never bring that up with someone hoping that you're going to kind of change what they think on it, and that. Like I go in everything open-minded, but yeah, as soon as like someone does bring up politics, I'm like, we're done. This isn't going to go anywhere. I don't talk politics,
Yeah.
So I know that's a rule, but I just had to throw that in. It's a comparison.
Yeah. Politics used to be a day drinking thing. Now it's just like it's people go to war.
A little sketchy now.
Now it's like siblings not talking anymore.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Where did it? Yeah, we're done. We're done with that. That's why we're not going down that road.
Yeah. So we're not about that,
and no one's bought us yet to like for us to push any agendas or
Right.
anything. So
Yeah.
we're not, all right, we're done now.
Like the 2032 presidential election, Fridge Brick Time will like endorse a candidate. And be like,
Yes.
Wait, who do we
loves
most
PBR.
want? Yeah, who do we most want to day drink and play bags with?
You see, like they get 0.00001% of the vote. Just 3 guys voted for him.
right here.
Right here. That's right. Yeah.
All right. Away from politics.
Thank God.
That was too long.
Yeah.
I was holding my breath.
With, because we've seen you've interviewed some, I guess, people that have caught our eyes and some very interesting people.
Yeah.
But who is your dream collaboration with? Like, who is up here, like, you would feel fully satisfied if you got to do them on an interview?
Yeah, like a dream guest.
Yeah.
Cyphus.
Yeah. So, yes.
You'd just be taking your own powers.
It'd be like, it'd be like Ghostbusters, the battle.
Man, I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know that I could throw out a name. I mean, it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to talk with Aaron Rodgers for an extended amount of time. I think that'd be pretty interesting to have a conversation with him for a lot of different reasons, right? Thinking of going into a conversation, trying to learn something. Like, I want to know how that all shakes out. Like, what happens when you get to that level and people just start talking shit about you because you are who you are?
Well, just imagine how good at football you would be after that interview.
If I Cyphused him?
Yeah. Cyphused him.
If I Cyphused him. Yeah.
But no, for real, that's a brain I would love to pick.
Seriously, that'd be a fascinating conversation.
Because as we always say, we're big Aaron Rodgers fans on this
Ditto.
on this channel.
Ditto.
We all want what really went down, but I also respect him, and he wants to stay silent and all that. So
Yep. Yeah, I think that'd be a great one. If I could go back in time, probably Aldo Leopold. I think that'd be a good one. I like conservation and sustainability. I think that'd be a cool one.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
He wrote a book called The Sand County Almanac. It's like kind of like Wisconsin's conservation figure. I like preserving public places. I believe in that. So maybe something like that.
I feel like that was just a check to our Wisconsin blood. Like, should we have known that name?
Damn it.
So what you're saying is you'd go back in time to Cyphus him.
If I could Cyphus Aldo Leopold, yeah, I definitely would.
Wait, what years are we talking? Like, what year was that? Like, are we talking 1800s? Are we talking early 1900s? Or shit, are we talking... Wait, that person is from Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'd have to Google to know with any certainty like when he wrote the book or anything. But yeah, I mean you're in the neighborhood there. I think he wrote the book in like early 1900s maybe.
Okay,
I could be way off too.
Just a few years before our time.
Yeah.
You know what's weird to think? Oh, us four were all born in the 1900s. It makes us sound old, but in reality, we are.
Yeah, it is weird, isn't that? It's funny how those hands of time work, man. Yeah.
We're going around just telling kids these days, yeah, we were born in the 1900s.
Yeah.
Back in the 1900s. Yeah.
I had to stop doing my Seinfeld jokes in the classroom. No one gets them anymore. Like nobody even gets the references.
I never really got into Seinfeld, to be honest.
People always tell us, you guys would love Seinfeld, and to be honest, we just never got into it.
Okay.
It's not that I hate him. It's just I never got into it.
Troy, are you into? You seem like a Seinfeld guy.
No, when I was in high school and Seinfeld was real big, a lot of kids were into it. But yeah, I just never got into it. I never gave it the time to get into it. Not that I didn't like it. I just never really got into it.
Shit, I was really hoping to Cyphus you. Like if you like Seinfeld, I was gonna Cyphus you real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so we view that you like gaining knowledge from people and you kind of take it in as your own and adapt, or some would say you Cyphus it. What would you say are your like nugget areas of expertise that where you dig deep into
Besides
yourself?
Cyphus.
Besides Cyphusing, yeah. Making maple syrup, marketing, sports, or weird sports knowledge at times.
Like when you say weird
What
sports,
kind of sports?
Bocce ball.
Mainly NFL, NBA, and
okay.
PGA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sports.
Yeah.
yeah, guy sports.
Yeah.
Man, hearing you say that reminds you Eastbound and Down. You
Oh,
guys-
I fucking love Eastbound.
yeah.
There's one that we got.
Yeah.
I play real sports. I'm not trying to be the best at practice.
There's a lot of good one-liners in that show.
So many, dude. That was an unbelievable show for its short run.
Yeah.
Like-
We're huge Danny McBride fans.
Okay.
Troy, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we never had this talk yet, did we, about
Yeah.
Danny McBride?
Yeah. How could you not be?
Speaking of dream guests, that's ours.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We found ours now. Thanks.
Yeah. Didn't
Catch us next week on Fridge Break Time. No, Kenny Power. We're having Kenny Powers on the
in character?
Yeah. I hurt my nose.
rehab.
There's a Sunday conversation with him. Did you guys do the Sunday conversations on YouTube?
No.
It's like a short podcast, like 15 to 20 minutes. The dude's name is Caleb.
Oh, that's Bars. It's
It's a Barstool thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Caleb.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
And there's a Sunday conversation with Danny McBride that's hilarious, dude. But yeah, what was the question? I got way squirreled
What
in
did
there.
I say? Oh, what would you say are your areas of expertise that
Oh.
you've gained?
Eastbound
Yeah.
and Down.
Yeah, marketing, outdoors, hunting and fishing.
Hungover.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're a typical guys guy.
Yeah, that's that and probably a bunch of other stuff that would take up all the time of your podcast to rattle off.
Next week,
Catch us for part 2.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to get into gardening, trying to do that. I'm definitely not an expert in that, but I put some garden beds in my backyard, so that makes me like a novice.
Green thumb. Novice green thumb.
So,
A green pinky, yeah.
speaking of something like that, let's go around the room. Now you're just trying to pick up gardening.
Okay.
How about you guys? Like, are there any new hobbies you want to try or have tried recently?
Probably podcasting.
Yeah. No, I mean, time's really a crunch right now. So just,
Okay, what's a dream hobby that you want?
oh boy, a dream hobby.
Hand milking goats.
Yeah. Being a farmer.
Mine's probably like, yeah, that's a good one. So you get to milk a goat, you get to garden, you get everything when you're a farmer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what I would pick. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have a lot of respect for farmers, but holy shit, is that a lot of work?
Yeah.
Those guys are literally the backbone of Wisconsin.
They are. They're like
Biggest unsung heroes.
They put Wisconsin on the map.
Yeah.
they're addicted to that though. Like you ever hear stories of farmers that sell their cows and they try to move on? Mm-hmm. I feel like 99.99% of the time they buy the cows back and they want to get into milking again.
No kidding.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, that happens to a lot of people with your way of life, and you get used to it. You know, you're missing something when it's gone. I could definitely see that.
I mean, yeah, we have a buddy that in high school, he never left the state. He was a farmer. His family was farmers, and he never left the state.
Never
Because
traveled.
they could never go on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
why.
used to rent a house from a dude back in the day on his beef farm, and he was a guy. He had like a regular 9 to 5, 40-hour a week job as an electrician, and then like when I would wake up in the morning, which was pretty early at the time, he would be on his beef farm, and he would still be there when I went to bed. And before and after working his full-time job, like there's the dude that loves it, you know, every single day of his life.
You know who are great people to listen to are the farmers. When you go there and then, like when you go visit them and you always drink beers in the milk parlor, right? That's what their room, the milk parlor?
That needs to be more popular.
Every single farmer has that beer room with dusty old office chairs, and they probably have a desk with a bunch of shit on it. And every farm has that, dude. And some of the best stories.
Yep. Oh, that you just sit back and they're just great people to listen to.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever sat there drinking beers or anything with people I didn't want to listen to.
Yeah.
You know how you listen to some stories and it's like, oh God, here we go again. Like type thing. Those guys, it's nothing with that. It's like you're glued in.
I'm gonna reverse Cyphus. I'm gonna give them some money. The ones you don't want to listen to.
Yeah.
Well, you said he was a bee farmer, right? You said bee farmer.
Yeah.
It's interesting too, like just kind of spinning off with the bees, like how important the bees are to just like way of life. You know, with the pollination and everything.
Wait, did you say
and they
bees or bees?
He was a beef. Yeah,
Wait, a beef or bee? I thought you said a bee farmer.
Yeah.
Oh, beef. Yeah, that's important too. Yeah, that's important too.
It's very true about the bees.
Yeah.
That's super
Like,
important.
that's a good point.
I wasn't going to say this, but I was having this conversation the other day with hobbies that I want to try. Beekeeping is actually one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a commitment. Like
farm,
yeah.
like bee farmer.
Yeah. Bee,
Yeah, bee with an F.
yeah. The BF farmers.
Yeah, that was beef.
Oh, that would be a genius idea. You should open a bee farm, but call it BF Farms. So everyone's like, they're unsure if it's they're going there for bee for bees.
What is
That's
it
what you
though?
want to do. Confuse them.
But
Bee
marketing
flavored.
101, right?
Honey flavored
Make sure
beef.
they don't know what they're coming to buy.
Honey flavored beef.
Either way,
yeah.
they're leaving happy.
But then they get there, they just get there, and it's a bunch of cows dressed like bees.
Or it's Troy's milk and bees.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Do you
get
know
your
what-
tweezers?
Do you know what kind of bee you can get milk from? A booby.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to.
I didn't want.
Collective
Yeah,
groan. He's like,
I didn't want to answer that.
you're like, I knew it. I wanted you to say it.
I don't want to steal your thought. Yeah,
Yeah.
booby, yeah.
But all of us probably knew the answer.
All right. Well, bees are important, just not as important as beef.
No, but for real, I heard though, once bees go extinct, what is it? The Earth has like 4 years to expire.
Yeah, we'd be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Along with the farming thing, there was something random I learned recently I thought was fascinating. We look back in history and you hear about like people who affected culture. So like artists and, political figures, whatever. That's who you hear about. But like up until the last couple 100 years, 90% of people on earth were farmers.
Wow.
And it makes sense, right? Because like you think about before all the technological advances, we had to eat.
No grocery stores type stuff
Yeah.
or like what they are now.
Yeah,
When food was
90% of the
food.
earth was just farmers.
Food was food. not processed and
Yeah,
everything
man.
else. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Damn, that's some deep shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a trip to hear, because how history is written, you hear about the big figures the aristocrats that weren't farming, but truly, almost everybody just bonking around on the planet was just trying to survive.
Yeah. Well, imagine all the trial and error too over farming. Like we're all like gifted right now, like farmers in a way, because all their ancestors learned how to farm correctly. Like look at the Dust Bowl. Is that what it's called in the Great Depression?
Yep.
Where we were over farming.
Yep.
And now they know how to cycle different plantations through. Like corn and what is
Wheat,
the other wheat? And all,
soybeans,
yeah, and
all
they
that.
rotate it every so many years, so they know they're not destroying the soil.
Yeah.
And that's just the crops. What do I not know about cows or bees and stuff like that?
Yeah. It's amazing.
Bees with an F.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of beef and stuff, my dream hobby would be a rap career. Be a rapper.
That's your hobby that you'd pick up?
Well, I guess it'd be more than a hobby because I'd want to take over.
More
There's a
than
gap
just
in the
yeah,
industry.
yeah.
You can weasel in. There's a hole there.
Yeah.
Just need to start beef with the right people. More beef. Start bees with people.
Yeah.
That'll be my thing. Like I'll sick bees on them.
I feel like Kendrick Lamar is going through his B stage.
Yeah.
Don't him and Drake have bees right now?
Big B battle.
Yeah, with a capital F on the end. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we need more. We need more like real beef, like fucking beef, like Tupac and Biggie, or
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like Slim Jims or something random. Like we need more Slim
well,
Jims.
we don't know what's in those. It's like we need more beef, like
Everything
Oscar
but
Mayer
beef.
hot dogs. It's like, well, you're getting pork, beef, chicken. You're getting it all in one of those. That's like the mud of of food right there.
The mud of food.
It's just mutt meat.
You know how many spices they have to throw in there to give it the Slim Jim taste? From like that's just shit they probably clean off the floor. And
No,
throw
it's
in
all
there.
about marketing with that.
Yeah, right.
Everything boils
Yeah.
down to marketing.
It does. And when you think about it, like, have you ever eaten anything that has the same texture as a Slim Jim?
No.
There's nothing in the world that has
Yeah,
that.
hot dog has been left out for 6 weeks.
I guess, a hot dog with a weird snap on the outside,
Yeah.
but the inside just kind of mushes.
Yeah, it's
But what
mush.
kind of meat stays good on a shelf like without being refrigerated that long?
A lot of preservatives.
Yeah, but we all snapped into a Slim Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about fucking marketing with that.
Macho Man back in the day.
Forget about game over with that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Every kid probably
Yeah.
just got done playing, boy probably got done playing football and they're like, yeah, I want a Slim Jim.
Yeah.
I want a friggin' Slim Jim. Is there?
Just run into the store. The Macho Man.
They started. They began the game drinking Surges and then finished with Slim Jim.
Oh, Surge.
Surge. Yeah.
Didn't Surge try to make a little comeback?
They
No,
did
that-
for a little while. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what did someone just correct me? What it is now, though? Oh no,
It went from like Surge and then they took all the leftover Surges, turned it into Vault.
Oh, yeah.
No, that didn't really happen. but I
No, what
remember
is
that.
it? Is Sundrop back or is that something else now?
Oh, Sundrop's still around.
Okay, there's one of them are a different name now, but it's like
Oh,
the same.
Sierra Mist is now Starry.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Starry, yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah,
one's
you
dumb.
just shattered my universe.
We need Surge back.
Yeah.
I always wanted that phone call growing up. Like, what did they just said Surge, right?
Surge!
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had
and
alarm-
everyone was like King of the Mountain in
I
the
know.
commercial.
My mom had once in like some contest, whatever, an alarm clock that screamed Surge. So I tried it out just once, just to be like, how was it? And the thing went off, and it was like out of a dead sleep, like Surge.
It wakes the whole house up.
Oh yeah, yeah. My dad was like, not again.
That sounds
Not
terrible.
again.
Thing probably
No.
went out the window pretty quick.
No, your dad was outside
Yeah.
milking the bees and could hear
Yeah,
that.
milking the bees and could hear it. Yeah, yeah.
You're like, your dad probably broke it, and then he's like, "Oh, what happened? It probably just fell off the nightstand. Look at that."
Into
And
1,000
it's-
pieces underneath
Like,
your
it's
car
like,
tire.
yeah, it's like a carpeted, but it's a carpeted floor. Like, oh, that's weird.
But again, like Surge is memorable marketing. Mm-hmm. Like we remember those commercials, which we don't have
Slim Jim.
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like marketing just was, they took it more serious back in the day. It was more iconic.
Yeah, definitely. Even I think that was representative in this year's Super Bowl. I thought the commercials were overall kind of just run of the mill.
They go, in my opinion, they all try to go to this weird extreme thing. Like, we need flying this, flying that, explosions type stuff. It's like, why?
No,
Yeah.
I just want fucking frogs that drink beer.
Seriously. Yeah, dude. Big old horses that everybody likes looking at. Yeah.
But no one's edgy anymore. There's no edgy commercials.
I
Yeah.
think technology kind of screwed that up too, because back in the day, you waited for the Super
Oh,
Bowl.
yeah.
commercial to
Now
come out.
everyone can
and the only
release
time
it.
you've seen it, you had to see it like during the Super Bowl or wait for like the rerun to come out. Now everything's so instant.
Yeah.
Everything.
I did hear
social
someone
media.
say that
Yeah.
about, like, it's already at our fingertips
Yeah.
anyway, so why do they have to try that hard
Yeah.
with?
Yeah.
It just kind of gives you a watered down product. Just because it's just get it out to the masses, get it out, and it doesn't even have to be a good product. You just flood people with the amount of what you're getting out. So
Half of them too you see, and it's just these plays I never heard of. I'm like, yeah, it was kind of a funny commercial, but who is this?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The most memorable one to me this year was the Angel Soft one where they did the potty break. It was just their floating logo.
That was genius.
perfect, man. It was awesome marketing. Yeah.
And the background of that, I think if I heard correctly, was someone said that like as a tweet or something like that. Like if someone did like a break for something, I would actually go up and use the bathroom or something. They were smart assed about it. Angel Soft did that.
And that's
I
how
found
it
that
came
out
to life.
after. I already thought the commercial was like genius, or the intermission was, and how the little thing was telling you, go now.
Yeah.
But like, even no matter how you think of it, it was just genius.
Yeah.
It was a genius spot for them.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought that one was really good. And then the anti that, like ChatGPT has all these resources and they came up with that, like the black and white and a little kind of forward thinking. I don't even know what it was.
I remember them being on there. I can't remember the commercial though.
Yeah, I
See?
watched the Super Bowl and I can't even remember any of that stuff because none of them were that memorable for me.
Yeah.
You were probably going to the bathroom the whole time.
I shouldn't eat those Slim Jims. I shouldn't eat the whole case of Slim Jims for
Snapped into one too many. Yeah.
All right, Brad. Now we know how you feel about the Super Bowl commercials and your marketing expertise. We got a little something else in the works for you with marketing. Dun, dun, dun. So, we're somewhat marketers ourselves.
Yeah.
Insert evil laughs.
I mean, look at us.
That was good.
So, a little game called How Would You Market This?
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is going to be fun.
The first one, since you're an Aaron Rodgers fan,
Preach.
this will be The Last Dance, Season 2. Aaron Rodgers comes back to Green Bay.
How do I market this?
Yeah.
Swing.
So now the big question is, are you starting with the marketing campaign or the PR campaign?
The last dance.
Well, at
Well,
this
it might
point,
be the last dance for you.
yeah. So how would I market that?
Yeah. Where would you start the campaign?
Who am I? Am I the Packers or who am I?
Let's just say you're a marketing agency hired to broadcast this to Netflix. Oh, no, that's tough. He has to be more than that. No.
Oh, right, because you said
You're-
The Last Dance too, so we're making a series out of this. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the second season of
That's
The
what
Last
everyone's
Dance.
into nowadays.
Okay.
No one can sit and watch a movie, but yet they can binge watch, a whole season.
74 episodes. They were shorts.
It's so
Have
true.
you seen a movie? I don't have time for it, but yeah, I can binge watch a whole TV show.
Yeah, it's so true. I tell myself that every day. Like, I'm like, I don't have time for a movie. And then I'm like 2 hours deep into watching people walk around the Alaskan wilderness, hunt black-tailed deer. And I'm like, I could have watched,
Exactly, but then you spend more time looking for the movie than you actually spend watching the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, 10 hours of watching a TV show is less.
Yeah,
I think we just found a loophole in time.
we did. I
Yeah.
think we'll be able to go back pretty soon.
And Cyphus people.
Yeah. I think, okay, so two different angles. One, I think if I'm marketing that TV show, I could be the worst marketer on the planet and it would get views because I think that would be must see TV.
Yeah.
If somehow he came back to Green Bay. But I think some of think of three hard scenarios here. One, how do you have that conversation with Jordan Love, and how do you market
Right.
it to him? What's
So
gonna
that
happen?
was the last question.
Oh, dang. I jumped ahead. Shit.
We were going ahead in time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, the big question is, if you had control over it, like, how do you handle this with Jordan Love? Do you just let the series release and see what he does?
Actually, Troy just got appointed your PR guy. So
yeah.
say whatever you want. He gets to clean it up.
We're just gonna we're gonna throw 10 pounds of shit to the wall, see
Yeah.
what sticks. Yeah, you can let it settle. Yeah,
I think that's how marketing works. You
Yeah,
get to do what
pretty
you want, and PR comes and cleans it up.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, PR puts the lipstick on it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
cigarettes, like like whoever marketed that. Now look,
Yeah, Joe Cool.
Yeah.
That's what they called that guy, right? Joe Cool.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Camel, Camel from Camel Cigarettes. You're talking about?
Yeah.
yeah. Joe Cool,
Yeah.
See, that's marketing. See, in the 90s, it was just so much better.
so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Frogs
smoking
that
was
drink
cool.
beer. Yeah, frogs that drink beer. Camels that smoke. And
yeah.
Yeah. People walking around everywhere with Marlboro windbreakers on.
Yeah.
With your Marlboro miles.
Oh,
I know what
Here's
you're gonna
Marb
say.
Miles. Yeah.
genius idea. I know how we get rid of Jordan Love. Take a picture of him with a Marlboro windbreaker on and tell everyone he smokes.
Oh,
Because that's so not cool.
No, I thought
man.
you were gonna bring up the sleeping bags.
No.
I think that would entrench him to the population. I think Wisconsinites would
All
like
of a
him
sudden
more.
smoking.
That's cool. Well, maybe not so much the smoking, but
But like finally,
think of Jay Love walking into the stadium with a Marlboro windbreaker on.
But then everyone,
Everyday
then they're gonna
guy.
let smoking
They
in the
get that,
stadium
yeah.
back, just as long as you have Marlboro Reds. Just
Oh, that would make pictures better. Because do you ever read that thing that the old pictures, like in arenas and stuff, looked way better because of the smoking?
Smoky ambiance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
well, didn't they just designate an area for smoking again
At
at
Lambeau?
Lambeau? Yeah, it was either at Lambeau
Wait, why
or Miller.
can't you smoke
or
at Lambeau? You're outside.
AmFam Field or County Stadium, whatever we call it. Yeah, there was an area I thought that they redesignated. They were going to open up for smoking again.
They should just
Maybe
have a
next year.
whole
Maybe that was
section
next
of
year.
like the bleachers that's just all like have a whole section and then the photographers are on the opposite side of that section.
That's where they're snapping pics.
Yeah.
Yeah, through the haze.
Should have
yeah.
took more pictures of my college house.
that's what our basement.
It looked like a Snoop Dogg music video.
Yeah. Well, and that's the third piece. I don't think I'd want to get rid of Jay Love. I like him too.
Oh, no one said you had to. That's Troy's job. He's PR.
Yes, yeah. Deal with it.
You
Or
just
do you wanna
you want to be his
Yikes.
agent, Troy? You want to be PR, Jordan Love's agent.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one. It'd be a tough
Yeah.
one. To
But
sell.
like, would you handle marketing that way? Would you try to create like a negative, like look for Jordan Love so it makes your job easier, like a schmear campaign a little bit?
Boy, it seems like that's the direction that NFL or professional sports teams go sometimes. For
That's
real.
how they got rid of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And Brett Favre.
True.
They're
Well-
just, he's difficult to work with.
Very true. And look at what happened immediately after the Mavs traded Luka. I don't know if you guys are NBA fans, but like immediately they're like, oh, doesn't fit the culture, like comes in out of weight, like out of shape, overweight and stuff. And it's like, come on, like finals last year, 2 years ago, almost finals, I think. And like, you're just going to send him packing because he comes in a little chubby?
Well, isn't it also, was he the player too that he came in off an injury too, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All last year's finals, he gutted
Played
it out.
injured, yeah,
Gutted-
played injured, yeah.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But guys, I stopped watching the NBA when Charles Barkley left, so that's how long I've been out of it.
Well, like last year with Luca, I know there was a picture. I don't know if it's when they made it to the finals last year or whatever, or like the must have been like the championship game to make it to the finals. He had like a beer in his hand or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And the GM who eventually traded him came in and like it was on camera. He was standing there next to a reporter, next to somebody, and he came in and he like took the beer out of his hand or something like that. And
They already didn't want him.
yeah.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
turmoil was already building. So no, I wouldn't. I'm way too humanitarian for that. That like I could never work in that type of PR space because it'd be terrible.
So how you doing it? Big question. How you doing it, man?
Yeah, I don't know. Boy,
Throw out rumors like J Love's got like some sort of underlying health condition or injury.
probably that wrong.
What if it's one of those like kill him with kindness type thing? Like, oh, he's just too good for this team. Like we're looking for a QB 2. We're not looking for a QB 1. He's definitely QB 1 material.
Yeah. Boy, I don't know. That's a fun thing to think about because it's been weird to see And I guess it probably happened if I think back to Brett too, but it's been weird to see how like a dude that give 18 years of life to
Right.
Wisconsin and then just be like chastised for
Yeah.
being himself. So I don't know. I think it'd be a tough sell to Wisconsinites of how to do that, but everybody would watch the TV show. I know
Right.
that.
That's all that matters. Views.
He just need drama sells, man.
Yeah, for real. I'll take the TV show job, and I'll let Troy handle the other
PR.
one.
Oofta, yeah.
And Troy's gonna go like straight like Irish style and just start fights and
Yeah.
go right off the deep end right away.
Like, he called you a bitch. What?
Oh, that could,
Allegedly.
Troy would help the situation and start rumors about Jordan
Yeah.
Love. Just
that could be a cool scenario. It could be like an Aaron Rodgers, J Love cage match, but
There you go.
the ending is set up.
they should bring back like gladiators and make those two fight for their lives.
Yeah,
That's who gets to be QB1.
there you go. Yep. And then, but on the brink of life taking, it stops. Of course, it's all set up, and then
But is it?
And then you sell this to J Love. Like, who doesn't want a whole year virtually off?
Yeah.
And you sell it to J Love, be like, take the year off.
You're still getting paid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You wanna
Brad, you
travel?
sure
Go
you
on
sure
some
you don't want to
travel.
be an agent?
No.
No, you know how you solve all this to get one of them off the map? You're just gonna be like, yeah, Jordan Love called farmers gay. All of them. He called all of them.
Especially the one that was in that new movie.
There's the smear campaign.
Yeah. And like bam, chicka bam, man. It just broke Wisconsin's back right there.
Yeah.
They might legally allow people to crucify him at Lambeau.
For the record, he did not say that.
Yeah.
This is all hypothetical.
Oh yeah,
Allegedly.
hypothetical. Yeah.
Allegedly.
You can just see the Packers organization like, hey, what was it? What was it? What did those guys?
I'm taking note.
No, they're Packers are a good organization and everything. So again, this is for Netflix reasons.
For the
This
views.
is for the views.
For the views.
It's gonna turn into professional wrestling, and like they're gonna ask us to keep writing these scripts. You guys got any more of them? So okay, I guess
That's just episode 1. Leaves on the cliffhanger.
yeah. We gotta do 9 more episodes.
Episode 2 is cleanup. That's starting the rebuild process.
Yeah, now that Jordan's gone, episode 2. What position does Aaron want to play?
Coach.
Yeah, that's how episode 2 ends. That he goes, I just want to be the coach.
Team philosopher.
But for the record, though, we love both of them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But do you think this could be done, a TV show?
Oh, that TV show could definitely be done. I don't know how anybody would get A-Rod back to GB.
A parade.
We need parades.
Yeah.
That's a. I feel like that's a Wisconsin thing too, or like parades. That
Unless it's a Super Bowl parade, then
we've been in.
I think other people have parades doing
But ones that you show up in, like, it's like grab the case of beer.
I was
and,
just
like,
gonna say, make sure you bring the 30 pack. Yeah.
A bucket of brats and a bag sports, and you're ready to go.
No, a brat
Best
fry.
callback
We need not a parade, maybe tailgating.
Yeah. Tailgate the parade.
No, that's what they should do. They should do a parade, but have all the pickup trucks, but they're all like driving in reverse with carts that people are standing on, but tailgating.
Here you go.
That'd be the most Wisconsin parade ever.
Hold on, one real quick thing about tailgating. Are Packer games or Brewer games, would you say, more tailgating? Like the definition of tailgating.
Oh, man, Brewer games.
Yeah.
I would say brewery. You're driving down.
No disrespect
94.
to Green Bay,
Yeah.
but I just, a buddy of mine were having a conversation the other day about that. And
Yeah.
I said Brewer games, so.
Yeah, I think that's probably uncontested, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just what happens there is much more tailgating.
I mean, that's why you show up at baseball.
Sure.
Baseball's boring as hell.
Yeah. Baseball
I'm
is
going
like
there for
watching
the tailgate.
paint dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
So
used to
we're-
be so much better when you didn't, like, it used to be people would just hang out in the parking lot and listen
Now
to
they
the
make you
game.
come in.
And now they make you leave like within an hour of the start or with like second inning or whatever it is. So
Say, get your grubby little hands off.
Yeah.
man. I'm gonna stay out here and drink
I mean,
that tailgate as long as I
people want
want.
to pay $30 or $35 or whatever it is to park in the parking lot to just tailgate. I mean, I don't understand. I don't see a reason a problem with that, I should say.
Yeah. So I haven't been to a brewer game in a long time. You're teaching me something new here. So
What are you up to this summer?
How the hell? Let's do it. How the hell do they come and round up everybody to get into the stadium? Who
They
does
just have
it?
security driving.
Clydesdales?
Yeah, well, they have running around on carts and stuff. Yeah,
Actually,
segways, whatever. Yeah,
They have all these guys on horses, like with a lasso, and then they're kind of chasing them around the parking lots. It's like the Wild West.
Yeah, but they
there's a
they have
TV show.
people that drive around the parking lot and say, hey, either you got to get into the game, and then they almost escort you up, or you have to leave. It's really crazy.
I've been asked. We were like partway into the second inning, I think, and they're like, "You guys thinking about going
Yeah.
in?" And they always word it nice.
Yeah.
And we're like, "No." They're
Yeah.
like, "You better get in there." I'm like, okay.
Or what? Are you gonna make me drink all this beer?
I've been to countless brewer games where like half of our group was in no shape to go into this stadium when you go in. So like, you
We
want
should just
them in
all
there?
hide on the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's probably better for y'all if they sit out here and
Yeah.
eat some brats and kind of chill out for a little bit. Because
You don't want to deal with that in there.
yeah, you're not going to want that smoke
You ever bring a friend in that shouldn't be in there?
in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good entertainment right
Yeah.
there.
We brought one in.
Oh, yeah.
We were walking into the stadium and he could barely stand.
Classic.
And none of us thought that maybe we should take him back. It's like, we're getting him in. So we just told him, like, just stand up and get through security. Just stiff as a board. Just
So yeah, when you're going up and when you're going through
Right
the
through it.
turnstile, and you know how like the one person goes through it. I think he was leaning against one of us.
Yeah.
And so we're probably holding him up so the one goes through the turnstile. We're like, oh, don't worry, he's okay.
Yeah. But
Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah.
That's exactly.
so then we got a little further in and they saw him then. And they grabbed his ticket and they signed it. Whatever, stamped it. Do you remember that?
I don't remember
And
that. I just
it
remember
was-
the turnstile, and I
Because
remember
then,
the last.
yeah, and then
What do you mean sign it? Like his first strike or something? Like watch
no,
this
like
guy?
don't serve this guy. Like it's
Okay.
a typical whatever they write on his ticket. I didn't look at it, and they said you are not allowed to be served here. Whatever. We get up to our seats. We're like on the second level. We all sit down, the four of us. He just instantly passes out. Right, all right, that was easy to take care of. We'll just have to wake him up. So I think it was partway through the 8th or 9th inning. He wakes up. He's just looking around, and we're like, all right, he slept it off. Just in the corner of my eye, I just see him tip his head back.
Oh,
And he just slams it forward and just sprays all this black puke all over the seats in front of us.
And the ricochet and shit is just hitting the people in front of it.
And it wasn't like just a one, bleh, it was a second. And then he started the third, and I just see this dad and his little son just go up the stands. I'm like, okay, we need to get him
We're
out of
getting
here.
ready to fight.
But then
our friend, though, we turned on him and be like, who the fuck do you think you are?
But yeah, security came down like right away, and they're like, "Get him the fuck out of here!" And then this and that. We're like, "Okay, we are."
We're like, yeah, you can take him. I don't feel like holding them up.
Be like, don't want to touch him.
Yeah, you guys
not covering
touch him.
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Don't take those guys into the stands.
No.
So is that part of the whole campaign? Are we having that in the Last Dance season 2?
Yeah.
That's the
let him
grand
sleep in the car.
finale. Yeah. All right. So back to the Netflix show. We'll just run it on Netflix. It'll do its course of work.
Okay.
He'll probably win a few Oscars and do all
Definitely.
that. It'll be up there talked about with Michael Jordan and all that.
Yeah.
So we'll be all right.
Yep.
I mean, goat to goat.
Yep. Actually, that should be Last Dance 2, goat to goat.
Goat to
Anyway,
milking the goat.
we'll get you.
I was trying to figure out how to tie that in.
Milk for the goat. I don't know. Goat's milk or. Sorry. Okay, moving on.
All right, moving on. We'll think of some products now for you to market. How about a cup holder for your power tools?
Would you mark?
Yeah.
A cup holder for your power tool?
Yeah. Like sometimes when you're just drilling in a board, you're thirsty and you forgot where you put your beer, and
You're going through stainless steel. It takes a while. You need a kind of a drink to halfway through.
yeah, just fasten that right on the drill and just
Okay. At least I have an idea what it is now. Okay. All right.
Do you think that's Shark Tank material?
We could probably think of the right power tool, right? So, first they think of a table saw. Cup holder, maybe going to need a good shield because of you don't want to get wood chips in there, or maybe you do. But like the power,
then you got bourbon.
yeah. The power drill, I think, is a tough sell. You'd have to keep it at a pretty the right angle regularly. Wouldn't want to market that.
What if that's a trick to doing straight holes? Sometimes when you're done drilling
That's
a
the
hole,
level?
I need to study my hand a little bit. You just pause. Okay.
Or do you just kind of recycle an old product with the helmet, with the with the straw?
Love
now
that.
you can work
we're
work
talking-
hands off. You know, I mean,
That's like safety on safety on
Yeah.
safety.
Yeah.
You get your shield, your ear muffs.
You get your
Your
helmet
beard,
with the
you get
beer
two
and the straw,
hands. Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
That's for
So now we can-
for soda.
Yes.
The
For
soda
your-
holders.
for your water.
I didn't even think about the two hands thing. That's even more genius because of that.
Yeah.
I think Mason's just bought all of those.
Yeah. So I think it matters on the tool. We'd have to think of the perfect tool that needs a cup holder, but there's one that exists for sure.
You said table saw, and I'm like thinking it's probably the last one. Table saws do the most damage out of any tool. Like you see those people like, yeah, whatever.
There's like, yeah. You got one little half finger left,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah. I got this push stick now, and
It's like that video. You ever see that video? That guy that has like the chunks gone.
Yeah, and he's like,
Oh yeah.
you're waiting for him to do it again.
Should have that in
But
wood
it's
shop,
like
yeah.
it's like an angle that you can tell they've been through a few times.
I have a buddy that took off the tip of his finger in a dirt bike chain. Like working on it. Whoop.
so
Zipped
Oh,
up.
I didn't know it.
I was
I
gonna
watched
nub.
like an Instagram reel or something. These guys were all helping put a motorcycle in the back of a truck.
Okay.
And all of a sudden they all gave it a good shove, and the one guy's like, "Oh!" And then it showed he lifted his hand up and it was gone. His hand slipped in.
I didn't know that was a thing until I saw. I think one of us saw that reel and shared it with the other one.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like a rule, a guy rule. Like if you see a fucked up reel, it's like you got to send it to someone.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then you get a million more of them.
This is like I'm just doing my taxes.
Your
over here.
algorithm really gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think probably the air compressor. Air compressor would be a good.
Oh, I gotta wait there for it to fill up.
Yep.
So
Well, I mean, they already have a bunch of attachments anyway. That's
Yeah.
a permanent attachment. There you go.
Yep. So it depends what you're doing. Like you need air for a lot of different things, a lot of wait time. I think that's probably.
Oh, they could have that. Like, how the nozzle connects, but then you have like a little bracket that goes right there to the next, like whatever the attachment is. It's
Okay.
always right there in front of you then. And then
Okay.
you can hook up the nail gun and put a couple through your fingers.
There you go.
Yeah.
Done.
But then you look down and have a beer and you're all good.
Yeah.
Just get less fingers to hold it with now, whatever you're doing.
Yep. Yeah. Grip pressure is a little different.
it's less fingers that get cold.
All right. So we'll get that on Shark Tank. So next one. How about a cooler that attaches directly to your dog?
Wait, are you talking like dog, like on its harness, or like a trailer for the dog?
I don't know. Market it.
Yeah.
Yeah, how would you market that?
Like the old stagecoach days.
See? Yeah.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
That's what pops into my head.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to walk the dog. You walk the dog.
That's pulling the beer.
Yeah. Put a little trailer on him.
Can you imagine
when
how
you run a
popular that
straw.
dog would be
Oh,
in
we
the
can bring.
neighborhood?
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember radio flyer wagons?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bring those back. But it's a cooler edition.
And
There
you
it
bring
is.
in
Yep.
Raffi to do the soundtrack for it, the theme song for the Little Red Wagon, whatever that song went.
Yeah.
Oh, my mind went right to that Baby
digging it.
Beluga.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is Raffi still alive? Is it? We gotta
don't
get
know.
a fact checker for this stuff.
He's got to be old if he
If
still
he is, he's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Troy, was he in your childhood too?
Who's that?
Raffi.
Who's Raffi?
Oh,
You know, like Baby Beluga.
Who's that?
You know the
They need a
song.
banana phone too. They need a banana.
we're just trying to gauge how far back Raffi goes.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, dust
It's
off
not
the
ringing a bell.
VHSs next time you're over by your parents. I
Beta.
guarantee it. Yeah.
It's more of a beta than
Well,
a
that's,
VHS.
yeah, maybe Raffi's right at that line between
At the
us.
transition, yeah.
He did used to have like his face on his stuff. Speaking of marketing things, is like I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to think. I think Raffi's face is on my son's Baby Beluga book still.
Is it signed too? Like that would be awesome. That's gotta be
great.
worth something one day.
Could you
That'd be
imagine making like a kid song or a children's book that stands the test of time?
It'd be awesome.
That's like That would be dream material for me. Mm-hmm. Like we're all sitting here making a podcast, but that
Like all
It's
the
not
Dr.
timeless.
Seuss stuff.
yeah, maybe we should just start reading children's books on here, and maybe that'll start.
Think about
Brady
how
Allen.
cool Raffy would think he was if he knew we were talking about him.
Damn.
Right.
Maybe he's catch us next week when we interview Raffy.
Yeah. Or the ghost of Raffy.
Whatever he is. If you're
Set his urn up
listening to
here.
this, Raffy, we are who we are today because of you.
Yeah. I think the marketing angle I play with the dog beverage holder is the like community building within your like subdivision, because you can see that like pulling around beers and waters and like just a different type of drinks and just like hooking your neighbors up with them. Like you would be
that's
the
like-
coolest person in the subdivision.
It's like back to golf. It's like a cart girl, but a cart dog that could go around the
dog.
whole. Yeah.
What if it's like the old Clydesdale commercials that Budweiser used to do? You know, where it's like the Clydesdale's like running through the snow and the guys, you know,
Yeah.
up on there, and you just have like the dog running in slow motion.
And you know what dog it could be? The dog coming back on Homeward Bound.
Bam.
Like,
we don't
use
want to
that
cry.
scene.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
But it's happy to be coming back.
This has got some allergies
What about-
or something going on. And
Or Old Yeller. Right before Old Yeller went crazy and they had
oh, dude. What's wrong?
Oh, okay.
There got a little.
Here's the commercial. You got Shadow, I think his name was from
Shadow.
Homeward Bound.
Yeah.
He's running up the hill. And they got a cart waiting for him. And you can see Old Yeller in the background, but
With
he can't
rabies?
move. Yeah, but he has rabies. But then, so we can't use Old Yeller. But
Bam,
Shadow
bam.
keeps running in slow motion. And at the last second, Airbud comes in, interception, takes the cart. Airbud goes around the subdivision.
Airbud saves the day.
Yeah.
that's
Airbud
like-
always gets the glory.
Yeah, see, like you got to keep it that way. Marketing. That's how it goes.
Last Dance season 3.
Yeah.
Airbud.
All right. On that note, with Airbud, that's all we have for you today, Brad. It was great getting you out here. We appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you do it. Hey, man, it was an honor to enjoy some fridge bricks with you.
Absolutely.
So everyone, don't forget, check out Brad at Rooted Wisconsin. His tag is at Rooted Wisconsin. So check him out.
Appreciate you guys.
So we'll see you soon.
Absolutely.